Okay, so um basically I'm gonna be breaking down ESL Pro League Season 13 Group A and who I think are the favorites, who I think can do upsets, and X, Y, and Z. The reason why I'm doing this is I don't see any content like this on YouTube, and I feel like it's a good niche, and I think there is an audience for it. And then B, I also got inspired by this dude named Delusional JKS Fan, and he made a nice um, HLTV forum about every team, his personal prediction chance of winning, even though it was just like 200 something percentage in total, so it doesn't make any sense. But overall, it was a pretty good forum, and I kind of shared a lot of its opinions. So I'll make sure to leave this in the description. So let's get started with Group A. So Group A, we have Big, Heroic, Complexity, OG, Renegades, and FPX. FPX is basically Godsend, OG Godsend before it became Brazilian. So personally, what do I think is gonna happen here? Personally, I just think Big, Heroic, Complexity are the obvious favorites to win. And then OG could do a upset, and then FPX also has potential to do an upset. So let's just start off with Big in general. So Big had a slow start to the year. They had that German Cup or whatever it was called, and they took an L to Sprout. Sprout is basically a tier two team, and I would say average tier two team. So there's no reason why we should be losing, why Big should be losing to Sprout. One excuse that I can give them is probably I don't remember what the prize pool was. Maybe it's not even worth their time. Maybe they were just taking this as just like a slow start, not taking it too seriously, and you have Sprout on the other side sweating it out. But even then, still, they should just have enough skill just to win against Sprout. But you know what? It is what it is. And then afterwards, they played in a DreamHack Open January 2021, which they just lost. They got in the semis and they lost to Spirit. We now know Spirit's a really good team. I guess we all kind of knew that, people that were hardcore fans. And they got destroyed by Spirit and they got third to fourth in that tournament. Next, they went to Blast, which they popped off. They bageled everyone. And for those of you guys don't know what bagel means, is basically winning 2-0 in a best of three. So bagel. So they bageled Astralis, which is pretty good. OG, which it was probably the worst team in their group, and then they also bageled Nip, who also upset Astralis. So pretty solid win, I would say. And then after that, they went into Katowice in the plains. They lost to Spirit, but they still made it into the actual tournament. Then the tournament itself, they lost 2-0 to Heroic, and then they also lost 2-0 to G2. So, I think I have it right here just to verify. Yeah, so they won against Movie Star Riders. Okay. And then they got bageled by Spirit, so not good. And basically, if we go down here, they beat MIBR, which is just a trash team. The Brazilian fans, I can see them already, but you know what? It's fine. They're not anywhere near to the level that they need to be right now. So, they come here, yeah, and they lose to Heroic 2-0, and then they lose to G2 2-0. Then they get out of the tournament. Absolute dead last, I believe. Where's the prize pool? Yeah, it's tough. So, not where we expect Big to be, but they had a bunch of time to practice, get back in the swing of things. And I feel like they should be winning against OG, Renegade, and FPX. But upset's gonna happen. Next is Heroic. So Heroic's coming off of two major roster changes. So they basically got rid of my boy Borup and also my other boy Budget Nico, or just lowercase name Nico right here. And they signed Shush and Refresh. So as far as I know, these guys were from Mad Lions, and Mad Lions was a pretty solid roster. Let's go over here. Yeah, So they still have Stav Storm. I don't really know how to say his name. Stavin, Katie and Tessa, so sure. And I feel like that's fine. I think Borov was much of their like support player, the dude that had all the trash roles. So I don't know which one of Refresher Shush plays trash roles, but one of them has to fill up. Nico, he's a little bit inconsistent. I can see why you kick him, and it doesn't feel good because I don't feel like he was the issue. I feel like this roster was solid, but I don't know if this change is what they need. I don't know these players enough. I watched a little bit of Mad Lions, but nothing in particular. I know they got signed by like a Norwegian org, and so that money splash. So maybe that's why they did it. But either way, Nico's. It's not the last time we're gonna be hearing about Nico, because he's going to OG. So basically, heroic. I feel like they should be pretty solid. Whenever there's roster changes, there's two things that can happen. Either they pop off and it's a honeymoon period. Everyone says it's a honeymoon period. Or B, they play like trash. Everyone says, oh, it's a brand new roster. Give them time. Give them time. So I can see either one happening, but I still feel like the core that they kept, Katie and Tessas and Stavin, those are the ones that were actually important to the roster. So I feel like as long as they have a little bit of time and they can get these two players incorporated, they should be fine. Next is my favorite team. Actually, I'll just give my two biased teams. I am a Complexity fanboy and I'm a Liquid fanboy, but I like all teams. But if I were going to be biased, I would say I'm biased at those two. So, Complexity, they had a pretty good start of the year, basically. Actually, I don't want to consider last global finals as a good start, but when they got Poison back, they had a pretty good start. They topped their group in Blast Spring Series, Complexity and Blast. I guess it's a recipe for success. But that said, when they got to the Katowice play-ins, where they should have easily got in, even past NIP in the first thing, let's go over here. Yeah. So Complexity versus Nip. They got destroyed by Nip. It was on Nuke, which is a map that Complexity is pretty good on. Config. My boy played like trash, but it's fine. You know what? Even when I watched this match, I was like, it's fine. We're gonna lower bracket and we'll win. So, also, the fact that Nip bageled VP, I don't understand why these CIS teams are so inconsistent. Like, how do you go from like absolutely destroying Liquid and like being on like a heater popping off and then like loosen it? I don't get this. But yeah, so we go down to the lower bracket. This team was all Krakow. I don't know how to say that. But yeah, we basically choked on Mirage. Mirage was our pick. We're really good on Mirage. I guess there could be anti-stratting. Hades popped out. I watched this match. Hades was actually insane. And then we go to Mouse Sports, and we don't talk about this game. Basically, complexity, I think we're up like 15-10, 15-8, something crazy like that. And then Rops just popped off and backpacked Mouse. And then we don't talk about this game as well. We just got absolutely destroyed because morale was low and X, Y, and Z. So, complexity, yeah. Blast Spring, playing pretty well. Kato, not so good. But I feel like they're good. Actually, I think I know that they're going to be boot camping in, what's it called? In ESL. Because I'm pretty sure Blame F stayed at the boot camp and while everyone else left. So, yeah. So, I feel like they'll do fine. I feel like they are the one team that can top their group if they iron out some of the mistakes, if Config plays well. And yeah, I feel like that. I think complexity very much depends on how well is Config playing. If he's able to get the entries, if he's able to pop off, then everyone pops off. But if he's just in the bin that day, then it is what it is. Next team, OG. So OG, the major roster change that they made, they got rid of the boy NBK. Right, where is the news? So yeah, the talks over Nico, and then what's my man's name? Yeah, OG bench NBK. So I was watching HLTV confirmed, and basically I like what Kerrigan said about it. Kerrigan said there's too many loud voices or vocal people on the team. NBK, Valde, and Alexi B, obviously. So maybe it was more of like the social dilemma between the team of like, oh, are you actually giving Alexi B the respect that he needs? Are you actually listening? Because I don't feel like performance wise, MBK was playing that bad. I know the recent tournament he played really well, and before that, it wasn't even that bad. So I would say that one of two things can happen. Same thing with Heroic. Either they pop off and everyone calls it a honeymoon period, or they play like trash. People say, "Oh yeah, why don't you bench Issa?" Which I think I don't know. If I was OG, I would just make a 6-man roster and just keep Issa in the back pocket because when lands come back, I think he'll play it pretty well. But yeah, I think he's just too much of a hindrance to the team because you can't boot camp because Issa's stuck in Jordan. He has high ping. Everyone else, if you make it, if you pick the server, so he has better ping. Everyone else has trash ping. So I think like Issa is a problem in my personal eyes, but I understand he's a monster on land. He plays well, and COVID is only getting better and better. Vaccines are popping off, and yeah, I can see why. But I would just do a 6-man roster if I was OG. So NBK, wish you best of luck. Hopefully find a good team. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of French teams that'll pick him up instantly. But yeah. Next thing, Renegades. What did I write about Renegades? Let me check my notes. I'm pretty sure. Okay, that's what I said about Renegades. Lost their IGL, but have some EU practice. So when Renegades came over to EU, they got destroyed. They lost Dexter, who was their IGL, and that's a big impact on the team. I don't know who's IGLing right now. I don't know anything about Renegades, honestly. But one positive thing that I'll say is now that they're out of Australia, they can get some EU practice. We've seen it with the NA boys like Liquid, Furia, and EG, but EG's not really performing well. But and EG, that some EU practice, couple of weeks, couple of months, really helps out iron out your mistakes and your details. Like so, I can see them improving, but I don't see them getting past in this group because it's just too competitive. They're not going to be beating Complexity. I don't even see them beating OG and FPX. I think they're just going to be the bottom of their group. Then FPX. FPX I have written down as upset potential. So I think what I was thinking here is that uh in Heroic particularly I can see them being able to upset Heroic. I know they beat Astralis and Heroic on Nuke, and Heroic's favorite map to play currently is Nuke. So I feel like that matchup honestly my favorite FPX. And then if they're able to take down Heroic, they might have the confidence. They might get big as well because I don't think Big is playing relatively well right now. Their form ranking is probably in the bin. Actually, can I check what their form ranking is? Um, all stats. Oh wait, no. Um, actually, I have no idea how to check form ranking, but I'm pretty sure it's in the bin. So I can see them taking on Big. Honestly think Complexity should top this group, but then again, I'm a Complexity fanboy. That's pretty much it. Let me check my notes. Once again, I want to give credit to Delusional JKS fan, wherever he is. I'll link this in the description. He had a nice breakdown. Oh, I'm pretty sure someone in the comments. Hold on, let me see. had like, I don't know, bet predictions, the actual percentages. Let me scroll right here. Yeah. So OP, I think it's a gambling website, and that's what they had for predictions. So let's go to Group A. So big 7.24. I also consider it a little higher. I think Liquid have a higher chance than Big than winning. Um, and Complexity had a higher chance than Big than winning, and Gambit definitely has a higher chance than Big than winning. I don't feel like Big. I think Big is on a downfall right now. If they step up, they step up. Fair enough. Next, Complexity. Yeah, 5% is fair. Honestly, the way that we played in the plans was trash. So fair. Next we have OG. OG, yeah, realistic. 2.5% or 2.4%. There's nothing in OG that shows me that they can win ESL Pro League. There's nothing. Maybe if Nico hated Heroic and he just wanted to get out and now he starts popping off. But he can't pop off because MBK had all the trash rolls. So how is he supposed to pop off? Unless they give all the trash rolls to Valde. Maybe Alexi B plays them. But I feel like Valde is such an insane player. And if you give him the trash rolls, then you're just wasting resources, honestly. And then who else was in the group? Renegades. Renegades probably just down here, yeah. No expectation for Renegades. And then the last one, FPX. Where did it put FPX in? Am I blind? Where's FPX? I don't see FPX. I Well, I guess this dude forgot about FPX and Heroic. I think that's not accurate. I think Heroic definitely have a higher chance of winning than OG. That seems a little low, but yep. To sum that up, that's pretty much it. Um, if you guys have any comments, concerns, well, comments, you don't have any of that. But if you guys agree with me, let me know. If you guys want to criticize me, go ahead in the comments. If you like this content, ways I can improve. I have like no video editing skills. I can learn that. A little busy right now, but yeah, this is Group A. I might do Group B later on when they actually start playing, and then of course I'll do the playoffs separately as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Peace.